The Batmobiles. The Batmobile isn't just some sweet ride, it's one of Batman's best crime-fighting tools. The Batmobile made its on-screen debut in 1943. Perhaps the most basic of the Bat cars, it was a stock 1939 Cadillac Series 25 convertible. This is the car most of us consider the first true Batmobile. The 1966 Batmobile was based on the 1955 Lincoln Futura concept car. Then came along the 1989 Tim Burton Batmobile. This sucker was 20 feet long and sat on two Chevrolet Impala chassis with a Chevrolet V8 engine. By the way, those fins on the back were actually hand-formed, and one fin is a bit larger than the other. Batmobile toys were made from the scans of the original car and carry over that imperfection. And in Batman Begins, the Batmobile is the first Batmobile not to be referred to as the Batmobile on screen. They call it the Tumbler. Did you know the word tumbler comes from tumble? First recorded in English in the early 14th century, from the Germanic word for acrobat. Speaking of acrobats go way back to ancient Egypt, and maybe further. There are actual carvings from back then of acrobats doing, well, acrobatic stuff. Basically, all ancient human cultures had acrobats, and eventually, they were accompanied by jugglers and other performers, tightrope walkers, fire eaters, and even farters. Yes, you heard me. Farters. Joseph Pujol, better known by his stage name Le Petomane, was, and still is, I suppose, the world's most famous farter. Born in 1857, Joseph performed for kings and queens. Some of the highlights involved sound effects of cannon fire and thunderstorms. There's actual video of him performing on stage. He could also blow out a candle from several yards away. Speaking of candles, did you know putting candles on a cake is actually an ancient Greek tradition? Ancient Greeks decorated a cake with candles to represent the glowing moon, and it was a ritual to pay respect to the goddess Artemis. It only became a birthday tradition in the 1700s. Did you know candle wax was eaten during famines? In the old days, candle wax was mainly made from animal fat or beeswax. During famines, it was not unusual for people to eat their candles. Did you know they measure spotlight strength by candlelight? It's called foot candles. Candles were the most common light source available when people started measuring the intensity of light. That's why we still use this well-known expression, even to this day. By the way, the Batman spotlight would be around 100,000 lumen, so around 100,000 candles of light. Just aim that spotlight on a dark, cloudy night and wait for Batman to come roaring down the road in his Batmobile.